millions of Americans are so burned out at their work right now, and they're unhappy with the work environment. Sometimes it's toxic colleagues they have to deal with, sometimes toxic bosses, sometimes it's just the nature of work itself. It's very customer facing, very demanding, and they're just burned out after years of doing the same job. But there's nothing they could do. They can't afford to quit because the job market is extremely tough right now, so they're not even guaranteed to find another job at all if they quit. And they still have to support themselves and their family and put food on the table. So that means that despite being burned out, absolutely have no energy left anymore in their current job, they can't do anything else. They're absolutely stuck. So they're in this miserable situation where, they're just getting paid, but every day almost like people are miserable. In this video, you're gonna see a lot of people share that experience.
Hi! Welcome to HEB. How can I help you? Hi, how are you? Did you find everything okay? I'm good. Thanks for asking. Do you have any coupons?
I have lost so much motivation to work a regular job. I don't want to work a regular job anymore. It's a rat race. I've lost my energy to do so. I'm not even motivated by the money anymore. It just seems as though everybody that's around me is in their own little bubble. I don't really have anybody who communicates or talks to me anymore. Even the ones that I used to consider my close friends, they've seemed to just dropped off. So it's kind of lonely out here, isn't it? At some point, I believe that our system as to how we work and how we're supposed to live is going to change because inflation is too high and people are not motivated to work as they used to be. People are realizing that there's a better way of going about doing things. So if anybody else feels this way, please let me know. I'm not the only one, hopefully.
Y'all want to know something crazy? Every single job I've ever had in my life, I've been extremely unqualified for. Like my latest job transition was going from working at a gym and managing a training department to tech in the car industry. I didn't know shit about cars. And one of the biggest things that stuck out to me was during one of my interviews, the interviewer was like, okay, so I understand you have no experience in this industry, but we can teach you all that. We can teach you a bunch of stuff. We can teach you how to use the system, but we can't teach you how to be personable. And you're personable. And I know the job market is rough right now. So that's my biggest advice is to show your personality as much as possible if you get an interview and just be super confident because that might get you picked over the other candidate.
I don't know if this is toxic, but when I was in a job that I hated the people that I worked with, don't get me wrong, there were people that I liked, but overall the culture made me want to fucking puke everywhere. So something that I did to help myself get through that time in my life was literally every single day I would just repeat to myself this mantra: this is not permanent, this is not permanent, this is not permanent. And I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what my next job would be. I didn't know how I would even get another job, but I would just remind myself, this is not permanent. I would reframe my mindset of being like, oh my god, I hate working with these people, to I feel bad for these people because they're gonna be working here for a really long time and I won't be. So I'm wishing them well, I'm wishing them the best. I feel like changing the mindset of where you're working if you're miserable and kind of like feeling bad for everyone who works there versus knowing that you won't always work there, that really helped me, honestly. Just like reminding yourself this is not permanent. Even if you don't know what's going on next, like the more you say something, the more it's true. So just keep repeating that to yourself. And yeah, that's my sense for the day. Hope it helps. I'm going on a date right now.
You know what my problem is? Nothing I do is ever enough for me. I set a goal, I accomplish the goal, and before I even celebrate that I accomplished the goal, I'm on to the next one. I could conquer the world, and before I even realized it, I would be on to trying to conquer the universe. And you know what? I blame the hustle culture that we've been put into because you gotta work 2 jobs and own 3 businesses and be on your way to being a multi-millionaire before the age of 25 to be deemed successful. Bitch, I'm just a girl.
Yo, I'm so fucking tired, bro. I'm tired of fucking being here. I work at this fuck-ass job, and these people just fired me today.
actually really like, and I work with people that I actually really like, and I treat my clients like their family. And these people just fire me and try to tell me that I have 11 occurrences when I don't. And I know I don't. I'm just so over it, y'all. I'm just so over it. Them firing me has literally hurt my feelings to my core. And I don't know what's next, y'all. Because content ain't paying my bills. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I don't know. I really don't know.
I've been unemployed for so long that I don't even get excited when I get job interviews anymore. Interviews are so far and few between in this job market, and when I used to get an interview, I'd get so excited, tell all my friends. At this point, I don't even have hope anymore. Honestly, I don't even feel a little excited. Like, even if it's a good company, I'm like, okay, let's get this over with. Sometimes I don't even remember I have an interview. Get me out of here.
If this isn't a sign that rejection is redirection, I don't know what will be. I just got let go from my job and they're filling my seat in with someone else in 2 hours. So same day turnaround. Just a reminder that you're just a number at a company. But another thing is I don't feel bad. I don't feel sad. I feel like I've gone through so much loss this year that I'm used to just losing just another thing. And although I feel upset because I'm losing a source of income that made me stable and pay the bills, I have full faith that something is coming for me that's going to be way better. But in the meantime, maybe I'll take you along my journey of being unemployed. And that's another thing. I feel like the world is my oyster right now. I could do whatever within the constraints of being financially insecure. Maybe I can pick up a part-time job and fully divulge into being a content creator, because that's something I wanted to be for a very long time. I just never had the energy to do that. And as long as my bills are paid with a part-time job, I can put as much energy in doing something more creative that I could really enjoy doing for the rest of my life. So yeah, all that goes to say is I could say I'm unemployed, or I could say I'm unemployed and the world is my oyster. But yeah, come with me day one of being unemployed.
I just had an interview at Sephora and the lady told me over 200 people have applied for a part-time position and she hasn't even checked it recently. The last time she checked, 200 people. Over. How am I supposed to get a job in this economy when 200 people are applying for a part-time position? She's like, yeah, I still have to do some more interviews this week and like check out who applied. No, hire me. 2 girls in there literally thought I was already working. They came and asked for my help. Girl, I already got the job. They think I'm working there, why can't you?
Let me tell y'all how I just left the interview, and we couldn't even get the interview started because as soon as I walked in, she said absolutely not. So I'm looking around like, who is she talking to? And she gonna tell me turn my head side to side. So I do it, and she was like, your tattoos. And I'm like, my tattoos is religious. It say God, only God can judge me, not you. But I didn't say that. But I'm like, she's like, if you come back with them covered, then we could talk. Girl, I don't even want to talk no more. Like, we just go.
Get rid of all of your bills except for rent and your phone bill. Do it. Do it for 6 months. Just do it for 6 months. Get rid of all of your streaming services. Find the episodes and the movies you want to watch online for free. They're there, I promise. Gas, sure. So here's what I've done. I got rid of every single bill except for the rent that I pay, my phone bill, and my gym, which is $15 a month. Now I have an automatic bank account set up for half of that amount to be put into a separate bank account from every paycheck. So with every paycheck, if I put half of my bill amount away, which is like $450, $500, I live with my best friend. I know for some people that's going to look almost double. But if you put half of your bills away each paycheck into a separate account and you have them automatically taken out, or not even automatically, you can do it yourself. And I used part of that school money to put a month of my bills away, so I'm always a month ahead. I have had $600 to $700 extra dollars from every paycheck since I've started doing this. I've always lived paycheck to paycheck, but I got a little bit of school money So I decided to use that to just put away into a like savings account, and like as an emergency fund. And then, like I said, every paycheck I put half of my bills into a separate account. I think this is the way to go. I saw somebody else doing it on TikTok, and to be honest, it's been 6 weeks now. And granted, I've spent a little bit extra money than I should. I have an account that's just for spending, but I've gone over that. But still, I have everything that I need and more, technically, since I overspent, and I still have money in my account, and it's great. Please do it if you're somebody who's been living paycheck to paycheck.
It's people making $250,000 a year and they still living paycheck to paycheck. They said $250,000 a year ain't no money. It's crazy because they actually not lying. But it just depends on your situation. $250,000 a year don't look the same on everybody. If you're a person making $250,000 a year with 5 kids, with kids in general, with a bunch of debt, a bunch of bills, a bunch of things that go out, and you never really get to hang on to majority of your income, your financial profile looks totally different from another person who makes $250,000 a year with no children, unmarried, not a lot of extra debt, or they don't actively owe on a lot of things. $250,000 a year looks completely different on those two type of people. Do you know what I would do with $250,000 a year? $250 a year? Do you know just how far along, just how better off I would be with $250,000 a year? And even then, I still would love to see what a person making $250,000 a year and saying that's still not no money. I would love to see what you're doing with your money.
I haven't paid my rent in 3 months. I got food in the fridge though. My car is downstairs and I can get back and forth to work, but I haven't paid rent in 3 months. I'm not saying this to flex at all, I'm not, but what else am I supposed to do? Like, I can't afford it because bills keep coming out. Rent is already high. Like, I need to eat, okay? I need to do what I need to do to take care of myself. So I'm not paying it. And you know, these jobs don't care nothing about your personal life. Like, all they care about is you showing up on time, doing your 8, 10, 12 hours, however long you have to work. And then that's it. And then you do it all again the next day. Like, I'm burnt out. I'm tired. Like, I'm not about to be working 6 other jobs just to be able to pay my rent. Call me crazy if you want, but I'm still here. So we're gonna have to see what happens in the next 30 days.
People are always saying that the average American makes $45,000 a year. Where does the average American work? I want to make $45,000 a year. Are you kidding me? The most I have ever made is $30,000 in a year. Where are these people working that they're making $45,000? Like, don't just tell me that they're making $45,000 a year. Where do they work? Is their job hiring? I need more details. Like, where are they getting these numbers from? I don't think I know anybody in my life who is making $45,000 a year. Like, that is insane. I think that's like the average, only because like there's literal billionaires who are making like so much in a year that like regular people, they're like, oh, the average is 45,000. The average person, I would say, probably makes like 30,000, like 35,000. Like, you're not making $45,000 an hour on like a $15 an hour fast food salary. Like, where are the people who are making $45,000 a year? Where are they working? Are they hiring? Tell me that, America!
I'm really burnt out, and I feel like I'm on just the brink of breaking down. So I think I need to quit my job effective immediately. And that's really hard because I feel like a failure. I feel like a failure because I know I do my job so well, but it's so hard when I'm working in a toxic environment. And I'm one person doing everything. And there's just so much going on in just organizational corporate politics that I just think I need to take a break. And I just haven't, because I've just gone from job to job and I've never given myself a break, and I've just been just working all day, all night. Like, if I keep on working today, I'm gonna be working until like 3 a.m. and then I have a 4 a.m. meeting. And then I have to work until like 5 p.m. with back-to-back meetings straight tomorrow, basically, and I just don't think I can do that. So I think I need to just finally do this for myself, which feels so scary because I feel like a failure. But I know I'm doing this for my mental health and making sure I can be in a good position, because I know that I am not my job, but I feel like all I do is my job these days. And I just want to be able to live again.
After finishing this video, I think it's really sad, and it says something about our society, and maybe there's something fundamentally wrong with the way it's structured, because you have people who are working a job right now, have a 9 to 5, but they absolutely hate it because they feel so burned out at that job. And sometimes it's, their bosses or toxic colleagues they have to deal with, just toxic work environment. A lot of other times it's not that, it's just, the long hours and the fact of the nature of the work that they do is just not something they want to do, not something that they find a great interest in. But a lot of times they have no options. I mean, what else can they do? They can't just quit because they'll lose their only source of income, and they have to support their families and, help put food on the table. So they have to keep going and keep going, but they're so miserable and they're just so sad, and it's just not a good place to be in life. I think because life is so short, and we should really cherish every moment and not live in misery. But apparently not living in misery, it's absolutely a luxury nowadays for a lot of people, because when your basic survival is in question, you cannot really afford to think about anything else, like chasing your dreams or, getting into something that you want to do more. So yeah, that's why you see in this video, a lot of people just, I guess, happy that they got fired from their job because they've been wanting to quit, but they can't make that decision. So in a way, it sort of freed them. And you have other people just, they want to quit, but they don't have the courage, or, we can't blame them because it is a big decision and big change. So let me know what you guys think about this. Thank you.